Hi, Erik Linask here with TMC. We're here at Cloud Expo East in New York City. We're talking with Hostway this morning. Aaron, good to see you again.
Good morning, good to see you as well.
So what are the latest things that your customers are coming to you for? What are some of the things that they're seeing and they're doing in the cloud that have evolved from last year?
Absolutely. We've seen a rapid development around replication services and backup as a service, and really seen a lot more inquiries about storage and really primarily around multi-site recovery, and that's what we're focused on heavily right now. We're also seeing a lot of customers come to us and ISVs and integrators and VARs for reseller opportunities and trying to create an environment that allows them to kind of put together our full business suite of solutions and kind of parse out what solutions make the most sense for their customers and build reseller platforms for them to be able to kind of create a cloud path and create a cloud services portfolio as well.
So let's start with the backup and the recovery increase in that interest. What's driving that?
I think a lot of it is compliance and regulatory needs are definitely driving a large portion of it. Obviously, too, we're seeing so many natural disasters and even human-caused disasters that the companies are really taking a serious look at their own disaster recovery planning and plans. And I think a third thing that's really driving a lot of it as well is that as we work more and more with other cloud computing providers and SaaS providers, they have a need to provide an always-on solution to their customers. So as a result of that, they're looking for a solution that where they can rely on us from an infrastructure perspective to provide an always-on experience for their customers as well.
What do you have to do in order to ensure that you can effectively integrate and interop with all those different providers?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's one thing that we're really working hard on and that we benefit from and our customers benefit from is a geographically dispersed data center network. And then we've been working really closely with Microsoft, and we'll be launching the first vReplica solution on Windows Server 2012 in the coming quarter. So really, it's really kind of taking the infrastructure and the design and the network that we put into place over the last 15 years and really connecting that cost effectively for our customers, and Microsoft and the vReplica solution we're coming to market with has definitely provided us an opportunity to open up opportunities for an always-on solution to really SMBs at a cost-effective price point.
Now, regarding the channel, the MSPs, the resellers, and such, it sounds to me like the channel is coming around to the cloud.
Absolutely it is. So in Q1, one of the big trends we saw in Q1 of 2013 was the first time that we saw virtual server sales outpace physical server sales in North America. And as a result of that, you're seeing what used to be somewhat competitive in nature industries, systems integrators, VARs, and hosting companies really working together to provide solutions that customers are demanding. And customers are buying it currently from other sources, and so we've worked with Parallels, and we'll be launching a very significant solution at the end of Q3 that allows resellers and kind of creates some templates for resellers to be able to instantly pick from email hosting to Flex Cloud server hosting from a catalog and really build their own go-to-market strategy and be able to sell that to their customers moving forward. But I think we're seeing kind of the perception of what have been relatively competitive technology providers really starting to realize on both ends that we've got to do a better job of partnering together and also working with large manufacturers like Microsoft, Dell, and others to kind of help forge those relationships to meet the demand that's being driven by customers today, not necessarily what was previously something we had put into market and hoped people bought. People are buying it in bulk, and we're realizing that we've got to look at revenue streams, we've got to look at recurring revenue models, and we've got to provide easily integrated services to VARs and integrators so that they can quickly launch cloud services and capture that revenue and add their own services on top of that.
Now that the channel, as we said, is coming around and understanding and adopting the cloud model, how does that change what you've got to do with respect to billing, provisioning, subscriptions?
Absolutely. The number one concern for us is the customer, the end customer. So making sure that we have put systems in place so the VARs and the integrators can retain the trusted relationship that they have with their end customers and can wrap their additional services onto it. Replication is a great opportunity where we think and where we work with VARs, potentially and integrators, to say, you've been selling hardware, you've been selling servers for 10 plus years. some of them 20 plus years. Now what you can do is to move into a cloud model and to provide some cloud services is just wrap replication or DR services on top of that. So you still sell your hardware to some level, but then sell replication services within a hosting environment. And really kind of that could be your first path into offering cloud services. So for us, we've got to look at a way from our perspective of how do we augment what the channel is already doing. And then ultimately, how do we work together to meet the demand that is changing every year? Every year we come together and we meet here, the demand is changing a little bit. Small businesses are more and more embracing the cloud and leading some of those efforts. And how do we work with partners to long-term develop solutions that are mutually beneficial to us, to the partner, and ultimately to the customer?
Does the recent attention around the NSA's Prism program have an impact on that trusted relationship that you talked about between your customers and their end users?
Absolutely, and I'm not the first to say it, but we know too, even as marketers and using CRM software like Marketo, for example, we're tracking what people do on our own websites. Google is tracking everything that we're doing and profiting from it. I don't know that it necessarily has a major impact on what we're doing, but one of the things that we've done for our customers, especially within the SaaS and ISV community, is we've launched 3 compliant solutions within the last 14 months, and as a result of that, we know that, the security demands are being driven by the government, who ironically is also tracking and using the data in some ways that many people are uncomfortable with. But we're really trying to provide some comprehensive security and compliance solutions. But I don't think what's been revealed recently by the NSA has a dramatic impact on what we're doing or the types of services and the type of trusted relationships that we can create with partners and customers.
Great, thank you, Aaron. Erik Linask here with TMC at Cloud Expo. Follow all of our Cloud Expo coverage in the TMC Video Newsroom.